Let me just. Oh. All right, Tasha, we are live.
Awesome.
My name is Garrett Vassell. With me today is the lovely Tasha Rose. I'm
Hello.
hoping that. Okay, good. I got like a close up on your face right now because you're driving.
Okay.
Just making sure that. Yep, we are live. Okay, we are officially live. Again, doing this again real quick. Welcome, Garrett Vassell. This is Tasha Rose, and we are here to talk to you today about the new film released by Netflix. Well, Netflix didn't make the film or whatever, but they did, put it up on their streaming service. And it is a film called The First Temptations of Christ. Well, The First Temptation of Christ. And uh, in a review by Decider.com, they said Jesus, played by Gregorio Duvivier, I don't know, it's probably Portuguese, they're Brazilian, I think, finally arrives from his sandy sojourn with his new friend Orlando in tow. If Orlando was any more flaming, you'd need a fire extinguisher. The implication is they've been buggering each other a bit atop the dunes and such. And just as Jesus proclaims his intention to go into the lucrative juggling arts trade, his mom and dad and biological dad dump truck the truth all over him. As the Son of God, he's basically a superhero with crazy powers, but Jesus is reluctant. Water into wine and resurrection are neat and all, but what he really wants to do is juggle, and here's where I stop myself from adding the word balls. As Ned Flanders would say, this sure is a dilly of a pickle. That's the review. So from Deadline.com. Tasha, what do you think? Thoughts?
It's insane. And one quick thing, your voice keeps cutting out, just so you know. I don't know if viewers are hearing that or not.
I'm hoping that's just a Netflix or a Skype issue.
Okay.
I think it is
Okay.
because it's still registering over here on my end.
Okay. Yeah. It's nuts. It's bonkers. I saw that the other day, and I was really miffed about it. And I think that, not just Catholics, obviously, all Christians should be pissed off about it because it's an aberration. I mean, this is a direct affront at Christianity and is really making an effort to piss people off. But we would not see this same thing if this were, say, Muhammad.
You don't think that anyone would make a film about pizza delivery guy Muhammad attacking folks for ordering a meat lovers?
Right, right. I mean, look at what happened to Lauren Southern. She got banned from the UK for passing out flyers that said Muhammad was a gay god. you know, she got kicked out of the UK. It wouldn't happen. You can't attack Muhammad, but you can do anything you want to, full assault on Jesus Christ and full assault on Christianity because it's acceptable to hate on Christianity at this point in history. And I mean, it always has been, and we should expect that. Honestly, I mean, it's offensive. They can make it all that they want. I don't really care. It's free speech and all of that. It's offensive, but Scripture, Jesus told us this would happen. Jesus said they will make a mockery. Jesus said that they will hate you because they hated me.
Oh no, where'd you go? Well, while I work to get Tasha back real quick. Oh, there you go. There you are.
Sorry,
I lost you real quick.
My kid's trying to call me. They do this because they hate us, because they hate him.
Those darn kids keep calling. I'm glad you're a good parent and you keep hitting ignore.
Do it. Keep getting ignored. He's not supposed to be calling me. They know where I am and what I'm doing, so why they're calling me, I don't know.
Hopefully it's not an emergency.
It's not. I would get a notification if it was, because I'm that mom. I'm the like parent monitors everywhere. No, I mean it's not surprising, and it just kind of falls in line with so much of what we're seeing. I mean, we see Catholic priests promoting this kind of stuff too. I just told you last week, Father James Martin, posted an image from an art series of Jesus as a gay man. I mean, this is if supposed Christians are doing it, that just gives everybody else all the more license to do it too, you know. So it's pretty disgusting, but it's going to happen.
Well, yeah. I mean, my brother brought up a good point. He said that he was happy that it was made for the sense of like, you know, you kind of get to see just how despicable people are.
Right.
And
you know, it really doesn't do them any service either, because if it's an aberration for Jesus to be gay, then it's an aberration to be gay. Like, really, that's what they're doing.
Like, why is it taboo? You know, why are they making this movie? Why is it a big deal if Jesus is gay, if being gay is not a big deal, you know?
All they're doing is demonstrating that it is an aberration and not something that is normal. You know, that's what they're doing. It's just like when they equate, you know, animals in animal kingdom homosexuality. They're like, wait a second. Do you know what you're actually saying here? You know, there's a mixed message that they're putting out there. It's I don't know. Is there something psychological that just prevents them from seeing what they're actually doing?
That is an interesting point, though. There is this kind of weird, well, you know, animals do it. It's like, yeah, animals eat their young. Like, are you saying that you're no more developed than an animal? Are you no more further along in your developmental stage than just a primal animal that, you know, just goes off instincts?
Somebody posted the other day that the emperor penguins engage in group rape and prostitution.
Oh.
So,
well, if penguins do it.
Right, if penguins do it, we must need to too. I mean,
okay, so
gay penguins, right?
I just want to play the trailer from this movie just to, while it's still there, so that way we have it. And oh gosh, look how it starts. Look at that. I wish you could see this right now, but
Oh, I have.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah.
It's in Portuguese, right?
Yeah, that seems to be.
Okay, so he finds out that he's the son of God.
Which is also heresy, like he already knew that. I mean, we know he knew that from childhood.
Okay, so I mean, clearly it's satire, but it's not. That doesn't make it good. Like, again, back to what you said earlier. Like, do you see this kind of satire? Attempts at satire.
It's not really satire though, because satire makes fun of the truth.
This is just.
So it's not. This is just outright offense for the sake of offense. Is what it is. It's not even. Does not even fall within the definition of satire.
Well.
So it's just like, oh, we're going to be jerks. on purpose just to be jerks because we know that Christians will get offended. And I don't think that Christians should get offended. I think that we should just chalk it up to this is going to happen.
Yeah, if anything, it's just proof of, yeah, like this was all foretold. We were told this would happen. You're not going to see any of us, crashing planes into buildings or driving trucks into people or putting on suicide vests or throwing people off roofs. I could go on for a while, beheading women for driving cars, things like that. Like, you're not going to see that kind of behavior from us. So maybe they feel like, oh, well, we can do anything to them because they're not going to, retaliate at all, which we wouldn't, like, we're not going to, like, that's just sort of the MO. It just sucks that, we just sort of take it, and like that's part of being a Christian is like having that self-control to not retaliate, like you as much as you want to. I don't know why Nancy Pelosi said that you can't hate, like you're incapable of hate for, if you have faith, because it's like, I hate that this movie exists. I hate that people feel okay doing this, but at the same time, like, I'm not, like, I don't think I'm any less of a believer because I hate the fact that there's this despicable content out there that, takes a giant dump on the Lord.
Right, and something I thought about after last time we talked was we actually are told to hate. Like Jesus said, we're supposed to love everything good and hate everything evil. So hate is a Christian value.
It just got to be directed at the right things.
Right, it's all in context, and I love people who are struggling with same-sex attraction. I love them because they are created in the image and likeness of God. If they are acting on it, though, I hate that action. Just like I would hate the action if my husband cheated on me, or just like I hate the action of my children being disobedient, or the guy who was halfway in the turn lane. Like those are all contemptible actions, and we are called to hate them.
We
aren't called.
It's funny that these people who are so against bullying and they're so against provoking people and insulting people for the sake of doing it, they feel no problem doing it and applauding films like this, and it's disappointing to say the least, but I'm thankful for people like you to talk some sense into me and other believers who don't really know how to respond to this other than I'm going to cancel Netflix.
Right, and that's what I mean, I don't think that boycotts work necessarily. I don't have Netflix. I don't think that we should be supporting Netflix.
Well, yeah, everyone should know you're basically Amish.
Right. I am. I don't even know how to work my computer half the time. No, I don't have Netflix. We do subscribe to some streaming services, but Netflix has been really direct in promoting things that are worldly, promoting things that are an affront to actual virtue. And you can look at virtue from an objective, non-religious lens, too. We know that people are capable of being good without religion. Like, that is a thing. But where does that goodness yet derive? We know that goodness yet derives from God. So I think that anybody who has objective virtue should look at this and go, maybe I shouldn't be participating in this, and I'm just going to cancel my $15 a month or whatever Netflix is costing these days. Because they promote pornography, they promote pedophilia, they promote heresy, they promote bullying, anything and everything LGBT.
They promote kids killing themselves,
right?
And then leaving like recorded messages.
Right. It's all just awful and wrong, and we shouldn't be contributing to it. And like I said, I don't think boycotts work necessarily, but I think that Christians are starting to really pay attention to the things that they can control, and they can't control where their dollars go, and they can make the decision to say, I really like that show that only Netflix carries. but that's not worth contributing
I really like the
to them.
show about teenage boys masturbating. That's one of my favorite shows. Big Mouth.
That's that cartoon. Yeah, that cartoon. Oh my gosh, when that one came out, I was just horrified. I was like, everybody knows that cartoons are made for children, so you can't pretend like this was not directed at and marketed exclusively to children. It's like Pornhub the other day tweeted out Baby Yoda as, oh, when my parents leave, and then you can see Pornhub in his eyes. And it's like, this is, you're laughing at and applauding the fact that children have access to pornography, and you think that it's totally okay. It's not okay. And Netflix is doing it, Pornhub is doing it, Teen Vogue does it. Teen Vogue puts out articles teaching teenage girls how to appreciate anal sex. Like, this is not okay. None of this is okay.
How hard is it as a parent? Like, because I don't have kids. Like, I live with my brother. It's like we're just a couple of bachelors yucking it up in the big city. But what is it like being a parent right now? Like dealing with all of this?
It's difficult, but I don't think that I have it as difficult as some parents do because.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold on. You have like 8 kids. How do you not have it more difficult?
I only have 7, in fairness.
Sorry.
But we, those who do have media, we put parental locks on everything, and we've got one that's a really great one that is called Guardian, and I can read their text. I know exactly who they're texting with. I can block if somebody has a friend that I'm like, you're not going to be friends.
A lot of people.
I tell my kids who they can't be friends with.
See, I like that you don't care what most people would say, but most people would. I say most people. A lot of people would say that that's a violation of their privacy. That's ridiculous.
They don't pay the cell phone bill, and they don't pay the mortgage.
That's why I said like you don't care.
Expectation of privacy, 0. I've taken doors away from children before when they want to slam them. Okay, fine. If you want to slam things and be secretive and hide things, you don't get a bedroom door.
You can buy your own door.
You can buy your own door, and you can change your clothes in the bathroom. It's fine. I have no problem with that. No, there's 0 expectation of privacy, and all of my children know that. So our eldest 2 girls have iPhones, and my 10-year-old, he's 11 now. Gosh, he just turned 11. He has just kind of a dumb smartphone so that he can, because I'll leave him home sometimes by himself, but we don't own a landline at all. So he can contact us when he's at home, and or he's got a shoveling job, so I can go pick him up from his shoveling job or whatever. And we've got like every single block you can have on there because, porn is everywhere, and, every things that counter our faith are everywhere. And it's not that we don't let them have information, because we do. We let the kids listen to the radio with us, or we're listening to the news, and all of the different news sources that I listen to and watch and read every single day, they all have access to all of that too, and they hear it. And it's not just conservative media either. So it's not that we're hiding the world from them, it's that we're protecting their virtue. And that's our job. Like, that's literally what we're called to do, is protect our children's virtue and grow them to be good, healthy, strong people in all facets. And I don't think it's as hard for me as it is for other people, because I have no problem saying no to my children. We don't own a television in our house. When we watch shows together, it's in public spaces where everybody can see what's going on. Nobody uses a computer behind closed doors. It's just like, we do all of it. We hit all the boxes of what we're supposed to be doing. But even still, sometimes things slip through the cracks. Like, we had an issue with a friend recently with our second oldest daughter. I had to put the kibosh on the relationship because this friend was a really bad influence, talking about self-harm and eating disorders and gender dysphoria and LGBTQ stuff. And I was like, not cool. You're not going to be friends with this kid, because she was ending up mirroring a lot of the language to this girl. And it wasn't actually her own words, because we sat and talked about it. And she's like, I said, do you know what this means? And she's like, oh, not really. And so I explained to her, and she's like, yeah, I guess not. That's not me. And I was like, yeah, I know it's not you. So I mean, we have to control the influences that are around our children, even if it is severing friendships with people that aren't going to be a good fit. So that's how I see it.
I completely agree. I just don't have any kids, so it's one of those things where it's like, well, I can't really speak to it because I haven't lived it, but I respect the heck out of your opinion and your views. So that's why I wanted to have you on. Tasha, thank you for doing this interview with me and talking about the first temptation of Christ. Hopefully, something's done. Hopefully Netflix takes it down. Hopefully the, pushback is enough to take it down. Included in the video below, I'm putting the link to the article and a petition, I guess, to sign if you would like Netflix to pull the film. Thank you for watching. This is Garrett Vassell with the lovely, as always, Tasha Rose saying sayonara, don't see the film.